This is not the next question, but a little bit of a caveat. Do you
Hmm.
think you're gonna like? Do you think you're gonna retire?
Like when?
Because I've told people, look, there might be a time where I eventually, to myself in my head, tell everybody, look, I'm done like chasing and really rushing and really going. But who,
Hmm.
when I'm an 80-year-old grandma, who's gonna listen to me yap all day? My
It's
momos.
true.
I'm gonna be out here with my little knitting needles. I'm gonna be like, Becky at the other like old people's home is a twat. She kissed Richard. I've been wanting to kiss Richard, but I heard he got gonorrhea and I'm quite upset. Like who else am I going to talk to
This is
about
oddly
these things?
specific.
Yeah. Richard with his gonorrhea, you know? What about you? Do you think
I
you're going to have like a complete shift and quit, or do you think you're going to stay here forever?
Okay, can I tell you a secret?
Yeah, nobody else is. Momos, close your ears. Momos and yours, Gooners, Momos, close your ears, close your ears. It's just for her and I. It's just for her and I. Tell me a secret.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a secret. So, do you know how I had a 3D model debut not too long ago? Okay. Here's my big secret.
Mhm.
Final Bow really was going to be my final song, and I was going to graduate.
Wait, when was the song?
If you notice, I think a lot of Babel buddies were speculating it, but my 3D model is literally my first model. And the reason why I didn't debut it for so long is because I didn't want to graduate anymore. And it wasn't because I got in anywhere, and it wasn't because, I wanted to, I don't know.
Girl, that hit me in
Yeah.
the kokoro. Oh,
I just like, I don't know. I was going through a lot.
yeah.
And I went through a lot of epiphanies, and I had a lot of culture shock when I first became a VTuber.
Yeah. To
I
be
thought
honest,
I
Numi talked about it a little bit yesterday, where she said that like she got to know you and like you, her, and Yuzu basically made a blood pact of like, hey, if anything ever happens, we're all leaving.
yeah
We're all done.
no, seriously, there was just like a moment in time where like I don't know, like I wasn't sure whether or not this was
For you.
what made me happy anymore. And it was hard. I think like being one of the first like indie VTubers was like probably one of the most grueling, mentally taxing things I ever had to experience. And there's not that many people that could quite like understand, right? Like you
I agree.
kind of I went into this thinking it was gonna be like sunshine and rainbows, and it was so far from that. And it's like everything I thought I knew was not what I thought it was at all. Um, and I just wasn't sure. Like, I was just like, I don't know if this is what I signed up for.
Yeah.
I could always just go back to school, and
Yeah,
I
it's not too
really
late.
wanted to, and I really wanted to at some point, and I was preparing for it. And that's why I put off the 3D debut for so long, because the song that was tied with it was also going to be my last one. So
I might
then
actually
I was
tear
like,
up.
yeah. It was just really hard. Like I was just not mentally prepared for what I don't know, when you are vulnerable online,
Yeah.
right? I've always been chronically online, and like being chronically online is like, okay, all my social media is like my diary, and I couldn't do that anymore. And for the people that I like confided into, they would turn out to not be people I thought I could confide into.
Yeah.
And it was just like such a sad continuous cycle of the same things over and over again, like everything turning out not to be like the way I wanted it to be. And I just like felt myself turning into someone that I could not recognize anymore. And during this time, like I would go weeks without updating my community. Sometimes I went like a month without telling anyone what I was up to or why I wasn't streaming. It was because I was miserable, and I thought everyone hated me, and I thought that I would be like just better off like not existing online or anywhere. And so I was like, yeah, like this is it, guys. This is it. And then I was like, just kidding. We're so back. Yay, happy ending. I finally made friends, lifelong friends, and it's like things that happen to you, people you meet, sometimes it's like the perfect time is when you least expect it. And that's
Mm.
just sort of what happened.
There's so much. So first of all, thank you for not leaving. I think I'm speaking for all the bow buddies as well. The bubble buddies, the bow buddies. I'm sorry for the but how did you how did you get over that feeling? Like when you were feeling like nobody cared about you online and you were in the space and this like you said, was it the friends that got you out of it? Just that, like having that support system?
Um,
How do you
I
because it's
really had
hard.
to, I had to like really hard restart everything. Like,
Mm,
you know, I had to look at it from this is
different
not just
angles?
my online life. Like, this
Yeah.
is everything else happening in real life too. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I have to I have to fix everything from the core of it in order to for anything new to grow, right? Like,
Also, the hate online, like it seek even though it's online, it seeks through it like seeps through your life, into your friendship, into your everything, right? Like it's not it doesn't stay online. It's stuff that still affects you to your, in your day-to-day life.
yeah, and it's just I don't know, it's one of those things that are kind of hard to talk about, like just close your turn
No,
your
I
computer
know.
off, idiot. But
No,
I was really just a kid. Like I
yeah.
feel like I was just a kid and I didn't fucking know anything. I didn't
No.
fucking who no one told me it was going to be like this, and then it was like that, and I was like, actually, like, who do I confide in without it blowing back up in my face? And the people that I thought I could confide into turned out to be bad people, and I thought that it was going to be like that forever.
Forever. Mm. And then it wasn't.
Is and yeah, and then it wasn't. I finally like got over like the worst of it and
Mm.
started fixing things up from the core, from the origin, which is like I need to change like my sleeping habits, my
Mm.
work life balance habits. I need to stop being chronically online. I need to
Mm.
like try and have like some semblance of a life outside of being at my computer all day. I dropped everything and moved, started over. I really, really hard restarted my life. And that is the only reason I am still here is like I had an epiphany, sort of like a vision of what the rest of my life was going to look like. And it was so bleak and it was so miserable that I I just was scared straight.
I fuck. I get that. And I just hope for anybody listening, if you are where Bao is, like you can get out of it. You can like
Uh,
it's gonna be work. It's not gonna happen instantly. It's not gonna happen easily either, right? Like you had to put in a lot of work. You had to, you had to probably cut some people out. You like you said, you moved. You had to it's hard to start going to bed at a reasonable time every time and like check in with yourself and go to therapy, but you did it and you're still doing it.
yeah, it's so hard, you know. When people say it's a canon event, it's a canon event. Like you wanted to be a strong person and so you are given a difficult situation, or like you wanted to be kinder and so you were
Yeah.
dealt with like an evil person in your life, and all of those things is so that you can become the version of yourself that you are hoping to be. And it was kind of through that I
Mm.
was able to, I guess, pull myself together and not waste, I guess, everything I had built up for myself. Like
Yeah.
how awful would it be if I really just like stepped away
Left.
from it all?
But you know what? It would have been awful, but how often people have done that? People have just been like, I'm quitting. I'm leaving this great, amazing thing that I built. So I'm so proud of you for staying with it and for having the courage to work on it and change. And honestly, yesterday when I spoke to Numi, she talked so highly of you. She talked so highly about her friendship with you and Yuzu and how much you girls are there for her and how much the three of you are like for life. and how she didn't believe that people would be as amazing and wonderful until she met you two. So you've also been that person for so many other people, the way that they have been for you.
That makes me so happy. I was actually just talking to. Oh my god, my eyes.
She got hot sauce in her eyes. She got hot sauce in her eyes. She got hot sauce. It's not what it sounds like.